And we are breaking away from network coverage at this time. As you see there, breaking news in the last hour. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin held a joint, I should say, speech on ending the war in Ukraine, but it really wasn't a press conference as it had been advertised as no questions were answered.
Correct. According to President Trump, the two sides had a productive meeting, he said, but there will not be a deal until he talks with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And we have some dry conditions turning to weather now, but that could change this weekend. Meteorologist Blaise Keller has a look at your accurate forecast.
That's right. We're continuing to track a couple clusters of showers and thunderstorms. The one that we're going to pay attention to is the line that's slowly moving out of the Minneapolis Twin Cities area, which is why we still have a slight or scattered chance for severe weather this evening into the start of Saturday. That's where we find the yellow. In the green, closer to the Lake Michigan shoreline, that isolated or marginal threat for severe weather. So here's this line of showers and thunderstorms that would impact us more than, say, that cluster that is diving more into parts of eastern Iowa and northwestern Illinois. So this line is moving very slowly, only at about 20 miles per hour off to the south and east. So it would bring that line into the La Crosse area by 8:41, further into Lone Rock just shortly before 11:30. And that's if this line stays together. The steering winds at 500 millibars are not very strong, and there's not a lot of upper level support pushing these storms along. So essentially, they're kind of raining themselves out. The only thing that would push these along is the cold air behind them once enough of it has developed. So we'll see if that eventually does happen. But the cold front that we thought was going to be a little bit stronger and push into southern Wisconsin has all but stalled out around the Twin Cities. So that southern round of showers and thunderstorms is going to continue to push off towards our south. Grant County, you're the only county in our coverage area underneath a severe thunderstorm watch until 7 p.m. tonight. And then there's that cluster of showers and thunderstorms not really making its way even further south. We'd have to step even further into Saturday afternoon, which could be our real first chance for rain. We're going to keep an eye on that cluster again further to the north and west, bringing potentially strong winds, hail, and heavy rains as the main threats. We'll time out more of the rain chances this weekend into the start of next week in our full forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Blaise. And you can also track the weather yourself on our app. You just head to download this on your iPhone for free. Search WISC weather.
Well, next at 6, continuing coverage of a train derailment in Dodge County. It happened near the village of Reeseville in the township of Lowell.
Right now, emergency crews are investigating at the scene. For more, let's go to Will Keneally with the very latest. Will?
Well, that's right. Around 30 of the 95 cars are derailed. Now, the Dodge County Sheriff's Office says that no injuries were reported in this. Now, the train was carrying some crude oil. Some of that oil is believed to have leaked from the derailed cars. The Sheriff's Office does say, though, that there does not appear to be any immediate danger to the public.
I have had conversations with supervisors that have shown up on scene and expressed my concerns that we've had 2 in 2 years. We need to make sure that this doesn't happen again, and they need to take some steps to either reduce speed limit or change some below grade designs. So we'll see what they do.
Now, law enforcement is asking the public to avoid the area. That's because where this crash was, that's on private property, and anyone trespassing could be cited or arrested. Now, officials say that the incident is in the same place that a train derailment about 2 years ago happened. Now, nearly 30 cars similarly fell off the tracks during that incident. Amtrak, though, issued an alert today saying that this will likely cause some delays.
All right, Will Keneally reporting. Will, thank you. 2 new developments now from the Sun Prairie School District involving the criminal investigation into the former dean of students at Sun Prairie West High School. The school board is hiring an attorney from the Milwaukee area to lead an independent investigation. For now, the district will hold off on its investigation to allow Sun Prairie police to complete their work. In the meantime, the board's investigator will begin reviewing all currently available evidence. All findings from the investigation will be reported directly to the board for appropriate action and follow-up. Meanwhile, during the school year, parents and caregivers will be notified about high school safety lessons on healthy boundaries and reporting concerns. To an update now on a story we've been following for some 8 months. Today, the Wisconsin Elections Commission moved forward with instructions for the Madison City Clerk's office after it failed to count nearly 200 ballots in the November election.
The mistake triggered multiple investigations and caused longtime Madison clerk Maribeth Witzel-Beal to resign. Our Ellie LaLiberte shows us what the new procedures will do.
The Wisconsin Elections Commission voted 5-1 to adopt the orders that don't only make an example of Madison, but also aim to prevent absentee ballots from going missing in the future.
We're focused on our energy on moving forward.
For the Madison clerk's office, moving forward is 7 rules from the Wisconsin Elections Commission. The order updates procedures for how the city should handle and prepare absentee ballots after the WEC says it failed to do so last year. But city attorney and interim clerk Michael Haas says much of what is recommended is already happening.
This is in some ways an unprecedented order by the commission to look ahead to the future and require one municipality to implement measures that no other municipality in the state is required.
Commissioner Mark Thompson says that's partly why he voted against the order.
And I am not going to sit here and create a class of one for the new clerk in the city of Madison and the county of Dane, that somehow this clerk is going to be micromanaged by our order.
Other commissioners argue it holds the city accountable.
I think the answer to the question is, why are we imposing this order on Madison, is because these Madisonians didn't get their votes weren't counted.
But Haas says he's confident this error will not happen again.
We recognize that we have to continue to work to rebuild trust with voters, and we're confident that the city will be able to do that.
The next deadline for the city clerk's office is January 1st, where the clerk must detail in writing the steps taken to comply with each of the WEC orders. Reporting in Madison, Ellie La Liberté, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Ellie. Haas also says the city is restructuring the clerk's office to improve efficiency and accountability. He also noted a new clerk will be appointed in the coming weeks. Well, today is your last chance to help us stuff the bus. In partnership with the Boys and Girls Clubs of Dane County, we're helping local students start the school year ready to succeed.
That's right. Tanisha Shaw live at the Walgreens store on University Avenue, where we are looking to wrap up this big drive with one final push. Tanisha?
Hi, Eric and Sarah. Let me tell you, I'm happy. Everyone across Dane County should be happy because we met our goal of collecting 500 backpacks. Now, look, I'm going to show you what these backpacks look like. This is an empty one, but the book bag like this will be full with school supplies. So you see, like, we have pencils. You can't see it right there, but I have some notebooks, a little bit of everything. Thanks to our viewers, thanks to everyone, even like stopping by. I've been out here at the Walgreens on University Avenue, and I've seen so many people just stopping by and say, you know what, I either seen you on TV or I'm just in the neighborhood. Let me donate money, or just donate a book bag. I've seen some people actually, after their transactions, go back in to make sure that the kids have school supplies this year. And guys, as Eric just said, there's still a chance to donate until 6:30. And I know that's, just in a matter of minutes, guys, but there's 3 ways to donate. Any Walgreens in the city of Madison you can come to, and you can either make a monetary donation or you can donate school supplies. We also have an Amazon wish list, and of course, even after 6:30, you can still make a monetary donation to make sure that kids all across Dane County have enough school supplies to have a successful, great school year. There's so much going on, and in a few minutes, I'm going to have an interview with a person that's helping making this, just go. He's making sure that our students are more equipped. So a little tease. I know I'm being very vague, but it's on purpose. So, stick with us in a few minutes. Eric and Sarah, I'm going to send it back to you. We are so happy. Let's do a dance together. We made our goal. We made our goal. We made our goal.
Let's add to it. We got 10 minutes left. Tanisha will check back in shortly, but a great partnership with our friends at the Boys and Girls Club as well. And coming up, still ahead at 6, getting kids back on their school sleep schedules as well. That's big after summer vacation.
Plus, those packed school lunches are getting more expensive. How much you could be spending on a simple PB&J lunch. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. That cold lunch you're sending your kid to school with is now pricier, with the costs rising more than the rate of inflation over the past year. Research from Deloitte looked at 4 different lunch options that parents could pack in a week, assuming one meal would be purchased at school. It found the average daily cost of a brown bag lunch is currently $6.15. That's up 3% more than at the start of the school year last year. A classic lunch, including a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and milk, saw an even steeper price hike. While less than $5, it'll run you 6% more than it did at this time last year. Now that's due to the higher cost of items like jelly, apples, and single-serve milk cartons.
When asked what the reasonable cost for a packed lunch should be, $4.50 was the median answer from the parents surveyed, and all of the options in the study cost more than that.
42% of parents surveyed said their kids do bring lunch from home, even if the cafeteria food is cheaper, sometimes free, citing reasons like quality and variety.
Well, it's not just good lunch needed for the school year. Also, a good night's sleep is so important. And for parents, you really got to get that sleep schedule back on track now. The amount of sleep that kids need depends on age. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, preschoolers need up to 13 hours a day. That includes their naps. Children ages 6 to 12 should sleep 9 to 12 hours, and teenagers benefit from 8 to 10 hours a night.
You have to remember, this is a new world, especially to young kids, and they're learning so much. And just like every other thing in your body, you have to have time for it to rest so that when it's active, it can be on it can be at the best potential.
Other important sleep tips: don't eat a heavy meal before bed, ditch those screens, and choose relaxing activities like a shower and then maybe some story time.
Well, still ahead tonight, how city workers are from around the state competing in a winter event this week.
Plus, it is the last day of Stuff the Bus. We'll check back in with Tanisha on how things are going.
And when is the rain supposed to return? Blaze has the complete forecast when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Our Stop the Bus campaign with the Boys and Girls Club is just about wrapping up.
That's right. We're helping local students start the school year ready to succeed. Let's head out now live to Tanisha Shaw with the very latest by the bus. Hey, Tanisha.
Hi, Eric and Sarah. Listen, I'm out here. Like I just said minutes ago, we met our goal, so I'm ecstatic. I'm just happy to be here. But, this partnership is with the Boys and Girls Club and Channel 3, but there's more partnership that makes the wheels go round. There's a lot of people who are putting into this, and I'm here with one of them. This is Matt Coupland from Midwest Financial Group. As y'all can see, he has the money, okay? So, Matt, tell me, where is this money going towards, and what inspired you to give this today?
Yeah, our team has about 25 employees. I would say, almost all of us have school-age kids. And so partnering with the Boys and Girls Club for a variety of things, especially the Stuff the Bus, back-to-school drive, has been something we've done for years now. And we're just really proud to be able to donate some money out of our pocket to help get it to the people that can use it.
And what keeps you coming back every year? Is it the smiling faces? Is it, that good, warm feeling that you get in your heart? What is it?
I think we just understand how important it is for everyone to have access to things when they can't always get it. I mean, it's hard enough being a kid, let alone not having the things that you need. And some kids can get picked on or to see the smiles and to hear the stories that they share with us afterwards is pretty powerful.
Thank you, Matt. And we know we have those stories firsthand. I'm with Jake from the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County. And Jake, you're firsthand a part of this process. So how does it feel to see those smiling faces and be a part of this whole process?
It's amazing. Boys and Girls Club of Dane County serves over 5,000 kids. So we get to see 5,000 faces and smiles. And we just truly believe the importance of a kid starting off the right way on the first day of school. And partners like Midwest Financial Group and everyone else involved raising all these supplies is how we can do that.
And we know for the people who donate, they just have to donate the cash or they just donate the school supplies. But y'all are going to be working. Y'all have been working since 2 weeks ago, and y'all are going to be working for a little while after that. So tell me about that process and the hard work that goes into this fundraiser.
Absolutely. We have tons of people and volunteers behind the scenes. We are only about halfway through our efforts. We're now taking this to a school to then separate thousands of school supplies to then get them delivered to all 3 of our locations. So next Thursday on the 21st is our open houses where we get to give them all away.
And then what's your favorite part about this process? I imagine it's probably not moving the stuff from the bus into, the Boys and Girls Club, but what is your favorite part?
I think it's at the end, right? It's when families walk into our buildings, and we want to make sure our facilities and our places are accessible to families. And to see them go, I can rely on Boys and Girls Club, I want to make sure that I support them as well. And a lot of these families then volunteer back and send their kids to our facilities, and we're just happy to serve any way we can.
And then both of you can answer this. How does it feel to see these families come out here? Like I was saying, we were in this parking lot for hours, but all of us were. And to see people, you know, having their original transactions, then coming back to make another one just to donate. How did that feel seeing that?
I was really surprised. I mean, this bus is packed, and to see people walk into the store and walk out with whatever they came for, but then also some supplies. I mean, it's hard right now. Things cost more, and to see them reach deeper into their pocket this year is pretty amazing.
I think it just shows to the greater reach of Dane County and Madison that we take care of our own, right? And I think it's really important, and people have shown that today. They really have.
Absolutely. We do take care of our own. We're making sure that the kids are prepared for this school year. Eric and Sarah, I'm going to send it back to you. All this positive energy and giving back to the kids, it's making me feel so happy. I hope y'all feel the same way too right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, it's great to see it. And our special thanks to the Boys and Girls Club and Midwest Financial as well for being part of it today. Tanisha, great job. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Makes us smile, right? Now, some of us could see a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Here's Blaze with the complete forecast.
Yes, we are continuing to see that threat for multiple chances for rain, at times heavy rain, as we head into not only the weekend, but then the start of next week. Tonight, we may squeeze out a few thunderstorms. We're going to talk all about the atmospheric setup because Mother Nature, you think you know her, and then she changes her mind at the last minute. This is the cold front that has now turned into a stationary front. It was looking like yesterday this was going to remain a cold front and move its way south into Wisconsin. That would have really helped this line of storms develop and then make their way further south and east. Because this has now become a stationary front, even north of the cities, it's not looking as promising, at least tonight, for that severe weather threat. There is still a chance. We'll take it into that cluster in just a moment, just outside the cities. But we do have a little bit of rain from another cluster of storms diving into more of western Illinois. And that rain extends back into Richwood, Patch Grove, really from Vernon County all the way south into Cassville. We've lost a lot of steam with this line of storms as most of that energy is being moved and used as that goes further into northern Illinois. This is the line that, if it holds together, will likely impact us. Again, you think you know Mother Nature, you look and study her for years and years and years, and then she just changes her mind at the last minute. And that's unfortunately what we've seen at least play out today. I know there's been some folks who are a little bit frustrated that we haven't quite seen the rain. I'm one of them as well, because we were expecting that cold front to stay a cold front, but instead it stalled out. And that's sometimes what happens. If the cold front is really far away from that center of low pressure, you lose the cold air mass directly behind it. So what is pushing this line of storms along is itself. And if it weakens, because there's not a whole lot of mid or even upper level support, if it weakens, then we might not even see any rain tonight. But I put a tracker on this, assuming it stays together. It will be in Lone Rock by about 11:23, Viroqua 9:36, Madison after midnight at 12:19 in the morning, bringing strong winds, heavy rain, and some hail. But over the last 3 hours, this line has not moved a whole lot, and we're starting to lose at least the severe thunderstorm warnings right now. And because it's moving slowly, heavy rain and those strong winds are going to be our greatest threats. This is obviously frustrating because we're trying to plan out our weekend. I would still plan for the chance for storms Saturday afternoon. If everything plays out, we're going to watch as more energy comes riding along the stationary front and pushes its way south and eastward, probably missing southwestern Wisconsin and impacting more of Green Bay area, Marshfield, along the Lake Michigan shoreline, possibly missing Dane County and impacting folks who unfortunately don't need a whole lot more rain given how wet we were this past weekend. Those rain chances are going to continue at least through Tuesday of next week. We're looking at anywhere between 2 to maybe 3 possibly isolated spots of 4 or 5 inches of rain. But for now, that looks to be mainly further to the north, given that our stationary front didn't quite make it this far south, which is not necessarily a bad thing. As I mentioned, the rain wraps up as we head into Wednesday of next week, and we sit in the 70s and 80s as we head into the following weekend.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
Yes, those 70s do.
All right, thanks, Blaze.
Thanks, Blaze.
Well, while we continue to deal with the summer season, some city workers took part in a major winter event up in Appleton.
Yeah, they're always ready no matter what the weather's like. The 35th annual Snowplow Rodeo is a chance for public works departments from around Wisconsin to show off their skills. Competitors get behind the wheel of a snowplow, test their mechanical knowledge, and learn about new equipment. They also compete for the best scores with bragging rights at stake. And the top 2 drivers will go on to compete in the National Snowplow Rodeo in Colorado next month.
Nice and slow.
Stay with us for sports. The Badger football team looking at a shot of redemption from last season, where they say they cannot wait to get back on the field. Well, Badger football ended last season with a sour taste, missing out on a bowl game for the first time in a long time. And they have waited off a long offseason. A chance at redemption now. The process begins to get a little tedious this time of the year. Fall camp in full force, but the Badgers just can't wait to see another opponent on the field.
We can't wait. You know, it's always when you get to the ending of camp, it's like these, I think we're about 15, 16 days out. It always seems like everything goes by fast. When you get to those last 2 weeks, it goes by super slow. And guys are getting antsy and we're ready to go. So, yeah, we're super excited. Hosting Miami, Ohio on the 28th, and we can't look more forward to that. So we're super excited to go out there and ball with the guys.
And you know who else is excited? We are. We can't wait for the season to start. And ahead of the Badger football season opener, News 3 Now will host a live special show at 6:30 on game night with a digital stream to follow. Sports director Andrew Banstra and I will host that show, getting you ready for what we hope will be a fantastic season of Badger football.
And in more football, the Packers will play the Colts tomorrow in their second preseason game. And even though quarterback Jordan Love won't be playing, senior Packers writer Jason Wilde says there are a few things fans should be excited to see.
Even before Jordan Love injured his left thumb, his non-throwing hand, in last week's preseason game against the New York Jets, Packers coach Matt LaFleur had already decided he would not play his starters in this week's preseason game against the Indianapolis Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't players that are facing crucial opportunities in this game. It's just that many of them are the guys that are fighting for roster spots. And one area where there is lots of opportunity for this game is at wide receiver. 5 of the Packers' 6 top wide receivers were unable to participate in the joint practice they had with the Colts on Thursday. So while Malik Willis will be under center, the backup quarterback, instead of Jordan Love, look for those wide receivers to try and take advantage of a golden opportunity to show they belong on this roster. That's it from Green Bay. Back to you in the studio.
We're ready for football season.
Exactly.
We'll also have that Packers opener against the Lions. Will also be right here on Channel 3 on September 7th. So thanks for watching News 3 Now at 6. Coming up next, an abbreviated version, a shortened version of Entertainment Tonight.
And we hope you join us again tonight on News 3 Now at 10. You can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+.